Paul Felder questions Paddy Pimblett's ability to compete against any top-rank UFC lightweights. Even though Pimblet won against Tony Ferguson, many fans weren't impressed by his performance, and are uncertain if he'll make it into the rankings. This is what Felder had to say about it. Can Paddy beat anyone in the top 15? I will start with this. Of course he can. We know that it's MMA, anything can happen. But if we were gonna sit here and make bets, and if I had to predict, no, I really don't think so. He struggled to get a Tony out of there who looked the worst he's ever looked in his career. He was able to hurt Tony a little bit, but he really should have been able to put him away. 15 through 10, okay, Drew Dober, Bobby Green, Moicano, Benoit St. Denis, Rafael dos Anjos, and Jalen Turner. Paddy's next fight remains uncertain, but lots of people believe that if he faces a genuinely skilled, young and ranked opponent, it might be a tough challenge for him. However, in MMA, anything can happen, and that's what makes this sport so thrilling to follow. Cody Brundage is ready to take on Bo Nickal at UFC 300, aiming to challenge Nickal's undefeated streak. Despite Nickal being the huge favorite, Brundage is confident in his ability to win. Here is what he said. Kind of the same thing with the guy I just fought, he'd never been in a real scrap. He just kind of steamrolled everybody that he'd ever fought. I feel like once you get into that first real fight, it's different. You've got to figure some things out about yourself. Like, Bo doesn't really even know the fighter he is right now. He's a hammer, he's really good, he's talented. I take nothing away from the kid. I think he's a good fighter, and he's done exactly what he should do to the people he's fought. But I am far and away the toughest test of his career. He's never even been cracked. You don't know who you are as a fighter or how you'll respond because it's never happened. It's my job to put him there and we'll see how he responds. No one's run me over yet, and I don't think Bo's gonna be the first to do it. Even though fans anticipated Bo Nickal facing higher-ranked opponents, they are still excited about this fight. It remains to be seen whether Cody can live up to his words and give Nickal a tough challenge, or if he'll end up like others before him. Daniel Cormier offered advice to Michael Chandler regarding the situation with Conor McGregor delaying their fight. Recently, Conor has shown no interest in fighting Chandler. He even suggested a match between McGregor and Chandler for UFC 300. Here is how DC advised Chandler about this situation. Mike has been constantly chasing Conor. It is to the point now where, I don't like saying this, because Chandler's one of my buddies, it's almost desperate to fight Conor McGregor. Because at every single step he has agreed, he has said okay, he has made concessions. He has almost agreed and done anything he possibly can to ensure that fight still happens. McGregor, for his part, keeps playing him to the left. I only believe he's doing that and is comfortable doing that because of the behaviors that Mike is showing. Mike keeps showing him that regardless of what he gives him, he's going to accept it. Mike just keeps accepting this behavior. At some point, Chandler's gonna have to say, to hell with it, I'm moving on. The fight ain't gonna happen. Publicly state that you are not desperate for this fight. Right now, you've essentially given McGregor all the power. Colby Covington doesn't think Paddy Pimblett can make it into the top 30 rankings in the UFC. Colby faced criticism after his recent fight, but it seems he didn't let it affect him. Here's what he said about Paddy. I don't really think about it, but obviously my first reaction to it now is just laughing because all those people, there's no substance. They're talking the talk, they're not going to walk the walk. Paddy, if he didn't have a bowl cut and an accent, nobody would care about Paddy. That's the only reason they like him, is a bowl cut and an accent. He's not even a good fighter. He'll never be a top 30 fighter. The closest he'll ever get to fighting for a world title is if he got on his knees and came and sniffed my jockstrap. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.